Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners. You are tuning into the Goldylocks Productions presentation of the Spiritual Insight Show with Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and I am happy and just so pleased and honored to be sitting back in Sacred Circle with each and every one of you this beautiful Sunday, June 14th. Woo! June 14th already, huh? So welcome everyone, let everyone just come into this sacred circle, everyone that's joining us. Know that this is a safe place, and this is a place where we have beautiful energy exchanges, the giving and the receiving, and with each other, and the interaction is just so very beautiful and so very healing, and so much needed at this time. And hello, Julia. Hello, Sarah, Teresa, Marie. Welcome, everyone. Hello, Ruth. Yay, welcome everywhere and everyone. Yes, we are halfway through June already. That's what I was thinking, too. Julia was just, how crazy is that, right? It doesn't even, I don't even know. What is this supposed to feel like anymore? You know, time is just, slipping. That's okay. It's ascending too, right? To a degree of as time is illusion, it's shifting and changing. Is it time shifting and changing, or a perception of time, right? So if we're told that time is an illusion, then it's our perception of time is changing and shifting. So hello, Chris. How are you? Yay. Hope everyone is doing well. And I know we've probably going through so many, this roller coaster ride, right? And Julia, it feels like March than June. It really, really does feel like March instead of June. But it's because it's before this whole pandemic, before this whole COVID-19, and then everything else that comes after that. It just seems like, it's been one thing after another, though, really, quite honestly, since the beginning of this year. And it's just been crescendoing up. And it's a lot of states and cities and towns and even countries are coming back online, so to speak, are slowly trying to get their communities up and running. And not everybody's back up to, fully opened yet. Connecticut isn't, where we are. So it's just having patience with that. And also wondering, okay, hold on, there's this thing about a second wave or something else coming in the fall. And just, well, this is everything that we've talked about before. Yes, Chris, it does feel like it's the Gong Show, isn't it? Hello, Kimberly. How are you, dear? Thank you so much for sitting in Sacred Circle this evening with us, because I know all of you are very busy, but I'm glad that you're taking the time for this, for us getting together and for this healing and this sharing. So hello, Robin. How are you? So, and just, I'm getting kind of the same repeated messages from my angelic committee, who have the angels, the guides, light beings, ascended masters. I just say angelic committees, it's easier. And just, okay, here it is. But they're my team of guides. All right, whatever you want to call your light council. So it's, we're getting the same type of information that's repeated. And whether it's lengthy, whether it's direct and short to the point, it's, deep breaths. A lot. We have to remember to take deep breaths. Deep breathing is very important. And also to just staying in harmonious alignment. It's very important more than ever for us to train that monkey mind, if we haven't done so already, to train that brain from going off track and thinking that the brain, in its unbalanced state, is, taking control. All right. So no, we have the left and right hemispheres, and it's those two working together in harmony, which is what the third eye is. That's what's indicated by the third eye. That chakra is a unified mind, left and right hemispheres working together. So Julia, I was wondering if there's another shoe to drop. Well, let's consider this for a moment, Julia. We've been in 10,000 years of, about 10,000 years of what's extreme darkness, warring, patriarchal rule, which is been diminishing, and we've been ascending from, right? In order to purge and clear all this, it's going to take different waves, isn't it? It's not going to happen overnight. I mean, it could, but then we'd have a flood situation and a lot of us would be wiped out. That's not happening like this, okay? It's not happening, okay, let's just hit the reset button. No, that's not that incident. And there wasn't just one great flood actually in history. I think there was a couple or several. But anyway, we're not doing this. This isn't going through that. This isn't this type of thing. This is ascension. We already are going. It started. There's no stopping it. There's no going back. All right. Chris, I look forward to connecting with each of you every week. A bit of stability to start the week. Oh, that's so beautiful, Chris. Yes, I look forward to sitting in sacred circle with each and every one of you as well. So note that these types of messages are being repeated, and they can have different verbiage, but I find that I'm listening to other spiritual teachers, spiritual awakeners. I'm sitting in their circles. I'm sitting in their, if they're having a live stream, I'm watching their shows, I'm participating. I'll catch even some of their Zooms, classes or courses, or just however they're presenting themselves. If I'm guided to go, then I will go. And it's the same type of message. It's like, hang in there. Hang in there. Come on. We really are a part of this soul group that has been preparing for what we're going through right here, right now. It's taken us many lifetimes to move humanity, and of course, including Mother Earth, Lady Gaia, into the higher dimensions as we are moving forward in these powerful times. And it's not just Mother Earth. It's not just us as a humanity, as a collective humanity, Mother Earth, but also too, it's affecting our solar system. Absolutely. We're all connected. So it's just reverbing out, right? As within, so without. So it's going out in all directions. Every living being is being affected by this. Okay, so as we're moving through, and this ascension, if you want to give it a visual, is an energy portal. When you think about the third dimension energies, the fourth dimension energies, and the fifth dimension energies, there's portals between these dimensions, right? So we're going through these portals. And these portals, during this ascension to a new dimension, to a new level, they're designed to release the old paradigms, release all that luggage, the purging, right, of everything that we have collected. and so it's time just to lighten the load, because we don't need those things that are not for our highest and greatest, right? So as the entire planet and beyond is moving through this whole transition of ascension, it's imperative that each person, each individual remains centered and aligned with the source within, through that cosmic heart, connecting with the divine cosmic heart, that divine within, the source, God, creator, source, right? So the God within you, the source, the love, that cosmic divine love, is constantly streaming, projecting, and beaming out in all directions. This divine love, right? And harmony to you, to each and every one of us as we are moving through these powerful times. It's more important too that we have to be very careful of our thoughts. And this is an excellent time to train your brain, retrain your brain if you haven't already, your thoughts. Catch a thought and stop. That's negative. I'm not going to allow that kind of talk anymore. Just stop it. Now I'm going to spin it to a more harmonious, more balanced statement, right? And we get in the habit of doing this. We start paying attention and really catching what our thoughts, what our feelings, what everything is going on within us. Guess what? We're fine-tuning ourselves. We are making sure we are in harmonious alignment to deal with what is going on. So, Kimberly, there is no longer working for us all anymore. Right, it's not. This isn't working for us. A lot of these things that are falling apart, old structures, just everything that has only been beneficial for the few, greed's falling apart in companies that support that. So everything, and not just companies, let me back up a moment, companies, anyone that supports greed and just inhumane actions and activities, they're all falling. And this is like their last ditch effort of trying to hold on, right? It's no longer working for us. I heard something interesting was that a friend had posted on the social medias that she went back to work after having months off, right? She goes back to work, and she had been contemplating while she was down, having some downtime. What would it look and feel like? She gave herself permission to go outside that box of, do I really need to keep this job just because it's a guaranteed paycheck, which is an illusion? There's no such thing as that, and we know that when you can lose your job in an instant, right? So why was she holding on to something that was not making her very happy at all? So on her downtime, she was taking time for herself, meditating, doing some yoga, journaling, doing some things for her to get back on track. And she was really feeling good that, okay, I got this now. I'm refreshed. I can go back to work and handle it. And she goes back to work and she goes, well, I'll be darned. It's the same thing. She goes, but I'm wiser right now. I'm on to this and know that what I've been told, her inner self is telling her while she was down, was to move on. And so she's moving on. She's finding something in a different direction that's going to make her happier, and not so much looking at that if you're ruled by the almighty dollar, you're going to have a hard time with this ascension, because that's not coming with us as we ascend. You know, that's not who we are, right? It's not, hi, I'm so-and-so, I make this much money, or I'm worth this much money, or I have this much money here, and here. No. Or material possessions. That's luggage that totally weighs us down. That's like, yeah, okay. We're understanding what abundance is in so many more areas of our life, and that together we are so much stronger. And we're not going to let, as these communities come together and become more tight-knit and work together in harmony for the community, no one's going to, who's going to fail? We're not going to let someone do that, right? No, not for the goodness of our community thriving. And so we really see, you remember, in the dark, there is light. Look for that. And of course, in light, there's the dark. They survive together, but they're entwining back. the oneness that was pulled apart and separated energetically, and only by being taught wrong and the separation, and is entwining back like the DNA strands, is weaving back together. Okay, and we are coming back to that oneness, and we just got to watch our thoughts. And what does it look like? You know what, folks, we're all recreating this at the same time. We are recreating. We're moving forward. We are rewriting history, or we are just writing this as we go. Every new day, we are creating something new. And that should be really exciting. Scary, sure, but should be exciting as well. Let me take a sip of coffee here. And there's an analogy that keeps repeating from my guides too, from my angelic committee, which is very helpful. How many of you felt like, for those of us who, we get insight, we get these hits, right? Maybe we journal, we feel like we're really in tune and in line with everything, and then you wake up and there's a couple of days you feel like you're in this fog, and you're like, all right, guys, let's have a conversation. And you feel like no one's there. You hear crickets. And you're like, hello? Is anybody here? Am I all alone? What's going on? Hello? That feeling right there is because we have ascended to the next level. We have gone through that energy portal. Now, this great analogy is that we're in this high-rise building, right? We're in this high-rise building. We know the lower floors like the back of our hand. We can run through it with the lights out. We can run through it with the lights on. We can run through it if there's a fire on one side. Or, it doesn't matter. We've got this first level, second level, third level down pat, don't we? So we've been introduced to that fourth level. Oh, yeah, okay. And many of us, in the beginning of this year, feels like, or even in the fall, oh my gosh, I'm on the fourth floor. So it's like so the elevator's this energy portal. So we're going to a new floor we've never been on before in this building. The lights are out, and you have to navigate on this new floor, this new level. How are you going to feel? When you're stepping off that elevator, when you're first coming through that energy portal, you're going to be like, what the hell's going on? Where am I? What's going on? Why do I feel like I'm so alone? Why is this cloud? What's going on? We have, the mind, all these questions, right? And it's like, take a deep breath, and just relax. Yes, we may want to find a corner, run and hide, and curl up in a ball, and whoa, And that's okay if that's your initial reaction. But, take some deep breaths. You are not alone. You've ascended. Congratulations. You know how you feel for those who like to play games and you leveled up? I leveled up. Yay! Congratulations, you leveled up. You're on the next level. Well, what did I win? Hey, you know what? We all win with ascension. Oh, so you leveled up. So, all right, I understand that now. Now, what that means too is that it's actually going to get easier and easier to communicate with our angelic committee, with our angels, with our guides, right? For all those that's in your guide circle, your guides. So it's going to get easier and easier to communicate, not just with them, but with our loved ones, with spirit, with all living beings. Of course, definitely too with Earth, with Mother Earth, with the elementals, the elements, with all living beings, even ETs, or just with all living beings, no matter how you want to classify or identify them, right? It's getting sharper. It's going to be more clearer. And as we go through these portals, and sometimes it's let me fine tune the volume. Let me do a little bit of fine tuning and just make that adjustment, tuning into that frequency. Oh, there you all are. They're still there. We're just set to the frequency from the lower floor, from that other floor that we just came from, right? So now we got to find the frequency for that level and just adjust. It just takes a little adjustment, deep breaths, patience, and oh, I got this. We're fine. Yay. Okay. So there you go. Yes, and definitely stay hydrated. There you go. Right, Sarah. I've been definitely wanting way more water than I already drink. The bathroom has become my best friend. Yes. Yes, I can tell you. Yeah, me too. Like a fish. I don't know. Do fish drink their own water that they swim in? Anyway, I love that little phrase. Drink like a fish. Anyway, just stay hydrated. Yeah, we leveled up in one more piece. Absolutely, Sarah. So I hope that makes sense. And I ask for my angelic committee to bring analogies, to bring things like that, to bring some humor into it, for lighten it up a little bit. And yeah, I could channel word for word, say this. I'm going to tell you, I'm not that kind of channel. I don't want to sit here and channel some long speech. I don't have that patience. I don't have that time. My angelic committee knows that. Is short, direct, and to the point. Let's go. Come on, just give it to me. Let's go. I process it better than that. You get better that way. If you give me too much information, it'd be like, what? Or if I'm bored within the first 3 seconds, my attention's already gone. So they know you know how to work with your angels and your guides, and how to work with you, and so let's get to the point fast and quick, because everything really is simplistic in nature. It's very simple. We don't have to make it hard. It's not hard by design. It doesn't have to be harder than it is. And so let's just get to it. Yeah, exactly, Julie. Just give me the bullet points. Hello. And so I have found in the beginning of journaling it and channeling it can be kind of windy. And then now it's just is like, to the point, let's get to it. And it's like, awesome. And this is what I'm talking about. Then you go and you are hearing others talk and sharing the same type of things, worded differently, but still it's that same energy, it's that same vibration. We're all sharing that. Isn't that beautiful? And so, yes, Chris, we do need some humor, because everyone and everything is so intense, so emotionally raw. And when you become emotionally raw, it's best for you to do your inner work, not join a protest. You need to keep your butt home and journal. And I don't want people emailing me, messaging me, going, oh my gosh, things aren't going to change if we stay home. Are you sure about that? Have you shifted and tried to just send love and light to a situation? You don't have to be right there. You don't have to be right there up front on the stage, so to speak. We are more powerful when we just send our love and light out to all people, to all situations, to just send it out. All right? That's powerful. Because if you may think that we are, okay, yes, some people are destined to do that, and that's fine. They know who they are. And everyone's roles are very much needed. But I know that the shift I had to make for myself was, you have to be in the middle of it, right? How many of those, I want to go out, I got to be in the middle of it. I've got to go experience it for myself. I've got to go wherever something is, just so I can experience it too, or just so I can get my view of the story, my point, my take on it, whatever. Well, the thing, though, is that when you get a lot of people together, and then that fear or that, and you're thinking you're going to be fine, and that wave of panic, fear, anxiety, anger, anything comes over all of you, it can become very powerful and become a very powerful pull. So know that you don't have to be in the middle of that we are very powerful. And this is what's happening. All right. Many light workers are staying home, and we're having a peace rally by sending love and light out while we're in our own home, sending it out in all directions. This light's connecting with every other light worker, healing the Earth's grid, or going to the Earth's grid, and it's helping every living being that is affected on this earth plane, including Mother Earth, Lady Gaia. Love is the most powerful, Kimberly, absolutely. Let us remember that love is the most powerful energy. It's not a feeling. It's not an emotion. It is a state of being. It's an energy. Energy. It's a very high frequency. It's very, very high. And when we stay in that high frequency and we emit this sound, other souls hear it and resonate with it. And then they join in on that. Isn't that beautiful? That's what they join in on. They're like, oh, yeah, I love that. Yes. Because in our divine blueprint, we're created from this love, this divine love, this highest high of energy. It's in our DNA. It's a part of who we are. And so we recognize that. We can get to that. People go, I'm incapable of love. You just forgot. You've got blinders on. You've put walls around you, borders. You don't want to reach out. Because it can, yeah, sure, it's scary. But when you try to protect yourself, you're also blocking yourself from the good stuff, right? You're only left, really, you put yourself into this corner, this bubble with walls all around you, and you're not allowing anything coming or going. All you have to breathe is your own air. Let's think about that. So if you're detoxing, or if you are in your same space as your thoughts and your feelings. So if your thoughts and feelings are toxic, you're just taking that right back in. Do you see? We're not really freshening it up. You've got to get out of that bubble, get out of that comfort zone, and we've got to all come together and work together. Sarah, even sitting in the car when Anthony goes into the store, I can feel all the fear, panic, and all the negative yuck stuff that's stuck there. I just sit there and try to send out love and light. It starts making me anxious, and I have to stop it right there and say, this isn't mine. Deep breaths and send love. Yes, exactly, Sarah. And that's how, how many of us have been training for this really for years now? How many of you last year, if not maybe a year and a half, started to slowly become into what's called a hermit? Right? I don't want to go anywhere if I don't have to. So it's almost like we were in training. We know that if we stay home or just stay in our sacred space, and we're sending love and light out in all directions, that's very powerful. So we've become shamans of where we live. Medicine women, medicine men, that's what that means, right? We should take responsibility for the energy that we're putting out, for the energy of everyone in your home. Now, when I say that you have to take responsibility for energy that's underneath everyone that's living under the same roof, is that there's always, each home should have one shaman, medicine man, one medicine woman. If you have more, that's great too, who make sure that the energy levels in the home are in harmonious alignment and harmonious balance. And anyone that's ever had a teenager in the house, when that energy is off balance, don't you? Right? Yeah. Remember that? Remember when we were teenagers? And then we have teenagers? It's like, oh my gosh. You can feel it when someone comes in the door. You feel that energy, And so there's a disturbance in the force. Most definitely, you can feel it. So someone should make sure that we're maintaining and balancing that energy, most definitely where you live. Because if you don't, then you're allowing dis-ease and disharmony to come into the home and to all the relationships with everyone else in the home. And then it hits your body, with dis-ease. You start getting sick, illness, not just you, your pets, right? So we have to make sure that there is somebody, there's more than one, that's great. You make sure that they are on the same page, the same track, the same energy, as far as we just want the energy here to be harmonious and in balance. All right? And it works. And it's works. It really does. So what does that look like? Is you can have an altar. You can light a candle. And you don't have to have some fancy elaborate altar, although we kind of just do that, right? We have some crystals, some candles, some statues that mean something to you. I love angels. I have angels all over the place, Mother Mary. I have deities from every culture, Green Terra. I do have, just so many. I just went blank. Anyway, because I have Isis. So it's important to have these types of things around you, and to help you, more like antennas for your energy, right? So candlelight is very powerful. Fire is very powerful. Fire is one of our elements. And so lighting the candles, whether you say prayer, do some chanting, right? It's all very powerful. Even if you just say, only peace, love, and harmony resides here. Only peace, love, and harmony resides here in this sacred space. I like to say things sacred 3 times. Now, in this, what's your sacred space? You, your body, your energy field, sacred space of your home. Sacred space now, this is the beauty. We're going to start pushing that out to our neighbors. We're going to start pushing it out further to our community, pushing it out even further, city, town, state, our country. I mean, you just keep going. You do this long enough, you're going to hit all worldwide. And it's not really long enough because we're accelerating really fast. So just start practicing going out every time you do it further, further, further. All right. And then I'm out into space too, right? So you're encompassing and pushing this love and light out in all directions. It's very powerful. Hello, Maureen. You're not late. You're right on time, dear. Chris, I'm the shaman for my office. Yes. Doesn't have to happen just at home. It definitely at work. The guys I work with don't know, but what they don't know won't hurt them. Not when you're holding that space and making sure the energy is good. I'm sure that a lot of office places, we know that's a perfect example. If there's not someone there to take the energy, I'm talking about being controlled like a manager, no. Because if anyone that's off balance, and we've all worked with a lot of off balanced people, the energies just come together. You start to feel like you're in this energy tornado, maybe your energy hurricane. You feel them, and you actually may get a little dizzy. You may go, I can't handle this. That's what they're doing. They're whipping up, and they may not even be aware of their own energy, right? And so, what you do is you don't try to change someone, but watch how infectious love becomes just by injecting love. Now, one or two things is going to happen. People are going to respond to this love in the light, and people who don't want to change, when they see the light, they see their own reflection, and their own reflection scares them. And then they'll back off. It's not you. You're not doing any harm, right? You got to be responsible for your energy. Everyone does. So when they see their own energy, when they see their own reflection, it can scare them and they can back off. They could transfer. And I'm talking office setting, they can transfer, they can leave. Same thing with family, with friends, people who suddenly there's a timeout. When you change spiritually, a lot of us have said we lose a group of people, because as you become lighter, right? As you become lighter and free of all this luggage, and we're purging, and we're a part of this ascension, and we're brighter. And sometimes maybe the people that, it can scare some people. And so then you just start to lose them. And I know that when you make that decision I'm going to do this, don't think about what you're losing, think about what you're gaining. Because you start gaining a whole new circle of friends. You start gaining a whole new community of not just like-minded, but like-hearted people, don't you? And it's beautiful, beautiful. Marie, I didn't become a hermit, but knew that I had as a light worker. Stay connected with the outside world to continue sending out love and light. I would instantly feel that when that energy surrounded those who are in a dark place, they're changing behavior and would approach me to talk, even though I don't know them, and see them leave and asking for a hug, which I always give. Yes, that's great, Marie. Absolutely. Yes, yes. And so we can, although right now, a lot of people are doing social distancing. And so a lot of people probably aren't going to be, unless they know you, be wanting to do at least where we are. I mean, they're very, very strict with the social distancing thing. So it's, but, you go out and you feel people, and you can feel it before you even get out of your car in the parking lot. Absolutely. The energy, the earth all holds this energy, right? And so it's, immediately just start, here we go, shining that heart light. Let's just start shining it, putting it out in all directions. And so let's go. We got this. Let's plant, I call them like little pillars of love, and light in these different directions and in these different places. And before everything had happened, I would be directed to go to some of these. I would hear, we want you to go to this store. I don't even shop at this store. Go in there, just go in there. Okay, when this first started, this is the dialogue. I don't shop. Okay, fine. I hear you. I know better than to ignore you. I'm going to listen. So I'll go. Walk around. I don't see anything I like. Just close your eyes and tell us what you feel. Oh, I feel ew. Yeah, I feel ew. All right, we'll change it. Oh, okay. That's it. That's it. Shift that energy. Oh, okay. Start smiling at people. Hi, smiling. And that might be hard now with the mask on. Right? People can't see you smile, but it's, just doing nice gestures, and like holding the door for you, or just go ahead. You go before me, let you go in line. You go ahead. You've got less items, whatever. You just go ahead. There's plenty of gestures that we can do to show peace, love, and light, quite honestly. And that is what I'm saying, it's contagious. And so it's, even with a face mask on, we can really be these beacons of light. And if you're 6 feet away from them, and this happened at the store the other day, is a lady and I in a grocery store, we were in the same aisle, and she did something and she kind of giggled. And then I smiled, and I'm like, she probably can't see them smiling. Now, we were far apart enough away, so I pulled my mask down just to smile and laugh, and then pull it right back up, so she could see that. And it was just a smile exchange. And she gave me a thumbs up. She liked that. We weren't close to each other to do that, but I wanted to make sure that she saw I could see her smile because her eyes were twinkling and she was laughing. And so I just smile. And we can still do that. And let your heart smile. People see that. They feel that. Right? Let's see, Sarah. It's like the song, It's Time for Me to Fly. They can't fly with you because they've got weights on. Absolutely it is. And that's what we're feeling too. I know I've said this before. We are truly multidimensional. We are still a little bit of us in the third dimension, fourth dimension, and fifth dimension. And what's interesting is we always talk about separation, but it truly is. Our 3D is falling, imploding, however visualization you want, away from, the rest of us. Or is it just staying right where it is? However, that energy. So that third dimension is the energy ball. It's no longer classified as Earth anymore because Mother Earth, Lady Gaia, is ascending as well. So Mother Earth's ascending. We're ascending with her. We've pulled off. We went through the portal. We went through these stargates. We went through these energy portals, ascended to the fourth dimension. Mother Earth is in the fifth dimension. A lot of us are already in the fifth dimension too. But we feel stretched energetically, like we didn't come all the way through these energy portals yet, right? We're still a little connected to the third dimension because there's still some ties to that. But finding out that more and more that's coming unraveled, right? So as this is happening and as this is occurring, then we just let this whole process take place without overthinking it. And it's really going to be beautiful. Beautiful. Now, in certain schools of thought, it's 2032 is the new golden age. Is peace. When peace returns to Mother Earth. Mother Earth didn't start off as a 3D, third dimension planet. She started off as a fifth dimension. Earth is also the only planet in the solar system known as the garden. This is what I've been shared too. Think about that as the garden. It's the only planet that has trees. So beautiful. Absolutely. Beings from all over love this planet. So this is when we realize how huge this ascension is. And we're a part of it. It's like, wow, that's really wild. We have to take ourselves out of ourselves. We have to see the big picture. And not take things so personal. And not just, okay. This offended me. Why did it offend you? We need to do some more self-check. We need to do some more, who am I? Who am I really? Right? Find your own true identity. Okay. Chris, you open yourself up to new opportunities with new people. Yes. Hey, Kiki. Marie, yes, we are strict in social distancing, hugging and shaking hands. It is discouraged. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. But energetically, Marie, we can give someone that energetic hug without violating their boundary. So like I said, love is very, very contagious as well. It is recognized. So it's either embraced or denied. Right? And something I shared last week, which is just, I love this, is we have a choice to ascend or not ascend. To be or not to be. No, we can forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Beautiful, isn't it? Powerful. Face everything. And the facing everything starts with us. Facing every thought that pops up. Facing every emotion or feeling that comes up. We have to really know who we are. This is a strong time to know thyself. ancients taught that know thyself. When you know yourself, that's where the true alchemy, that's where the magic is, all right in that cosmic heart center, that heart chakra, right in the middle of your chest here. That, yeah, feel that. Just everyone, just take your hands, put them over your center of your chest, right over your sacred heart center. Yeah, you feel that energy? Now, the left hand is the receiving hand. The right hand is the giving hand. So take your right hand, put it over your sacred heart center. Receiving love and light from the universe, from source, just from the highest and greatest. And I'm going to put that over the right hand. See how that feels, going all through your heart chakra, taking deep breaths. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now we can take another deep breath in. I am divine, cosmic love. Releasing anything that's not for your highest and greatest. Another deep breath in. I am divine, cosmic love. Releasing anything that's below that, less than that. Woo. And do that until you're not only breathing in, but then exhaling love too. It's you, because it has just filtered all through your body. Ooh, how does that feel? Feels beautiful, doesn't it? Do you feel lighter? So this has been interesting, is breath, 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 deep breaths. They've been really wanting all of us, and some message from the angels, the guides, ascended masters, light councils. They all are saying, take deep breaths. Remember to breathe deeply. And to do them in sets of threes, at least one set of three, but just do them at least 3 times in a set, all right, to get through your days. You feel something, maybe instead of being so quick to respond, I'm going to take 3 deep breaths and see if I still feel the same way, right? Maybe I'm going to reword. Maybe I'm not going to say anything now, but those 3 deep breaths gives you that pause, right? It does. Chris, I have a fridge magnet that says attitudes are contagious. Make yours worthwhile catching. Even in restrictions, we can control our attitudes. Yes. Now, I also let's change the control word. Control is all mind-based. Mind control, mind, control. Your command center is Sacred Heart Center, command. And when you think of the highest order of the law of one, or the commandments, statements that came from the command center, your Sacred Heart Center is in command. You command affirmations. You command and manifest. The best manifestors know that it's a command. It's not being bossy. And I know some people might think, ooh, command. Ooh. Command is out of love. Command is love responding to love. Anything less than love, a commandment of love, is control. So we're living our life now. You command it. Command it from that Sacred Heart Center. Okay? Not the mind. Now, what happens? Again, we train our brain to stop going crazy. And also an affirmation to get your left and right hemispheres of your mind working together. Great, another visualization for you here. I'd like to visualize a bridge between your left and right hemisphere. So the left and right, I like to say that the left and right brain, my left and right brains, left and right sides, are connected by a solid bridge. My brain is working in harmony. My brain, oneness, just whatever words you want to say, whatever visualizations, the bridge is very beautiful, very powerful. And it's, let's make that connection. A bridge is like a semicircle, right? And just keep that circle of unity, of oneness going all the way around. So you do a bridge in the top part, a bridge on the bottom part, you have this endless circle, and you're binding them together. And so I command my mind to work at its highest potential, which is when it is unified. So now you have your command center, you have your third eye popped wide open. And that's what's symbolized by the third eye, is your right and left brains working together as one, then one eye. One. It's your third eye, right? Woohoo! So now the command center is working really strong with the third eye. And that is magical, folks, right there. That's very powerful. It's beautiful. And that's where this knowing comes from, this insight. We see the whole picture. And deep breaths. And it's like, wow. Wow. Absolutely. So don't get caught up in the news. Don't get caught up in things, in any panic or fear or anxiety that may be around you. You can participate, or you can step back and not participate, but you're facing it with love. I'm not going to participate in fear, anger, anxiety, disruption, corruption. I'm going to participate instead in peace and love and harmony. That's what I'm going to participate in. That's where I'm going to put my energy. And you're not helping just you, anyone else that's involved in that situation. It goes out globally and then universally. Oh yeah, we are just that powerful. But it's using the power for good, reconnecting to that oneness. And it's beautiful. It really is. It can be scary, absolutely. But I do believe that we all should be very familiar with those feelings of, okay, this new territory, it's scary, because it's almost seemed like it's the new norm for us. So just stay. How you're going to navigate through this storm is just stay in your peace, stay in your love and your light. Stay strong. All right? And so let me just get... my after dinner coffee. I do have some water too. Yes, water. I like to have my little shots of caffeine. I love coffee, and I found this. It's actually not bad. It's very, very good. And the word is that I'll mention it now. I've only had 3 cups of it. We just started this. It's called Life Boost Coffee, and so I'm really impressed with the company. And the energy with it felt really good. And it's supposed to be a healthier, chemical-free coffee. And it's very smooth. It's not acidic. So I was like, hey, I usually have an after-dinner coffee. And this is nice. It's very smooth. And like I said, it doesn't create... sometimes people who are very sensitive and can't drink coffee because of it's too acidic, they gas, they bloat, whatever. There's none of this with this. So with this type of coffee. So I'm really pleased with it. Anyway, that's my take on 2-3 days of drinking it. Morning time and then after dinner. So yay. And that's the thing too, is just how many of us are getting more pickier. You noticed you may be pickier about what you want to eat, what you want to consume. One thing I do hope is that we should just always stay hydrated. Drink that water. That should be the number one liquid that you are consuming most throughout the day. Yeah, sure, the caffeine lovers, we like our coffee, but I'm going to make sure that I have way more cups of water than I do coffee. And usually the ratio to purge the coffee from your body, they say 2 glasses of water to 1 cup of coffee. And I can guarantee you, I drink enough in a day to purge all of that and then some. So just keep that in mind, and making sure we're getting plenty of nutrients in our bodies, nutrients, minerals, vitamins. Supplementation is needed because sometimes our food's not the healthiest, but you have that mindset of I'm being cautious and careful of what I'm putting into my body, and just bless everything you consume. You change that whole energy makeup of what you consume. Remember, we used to do the blessing growing up, maybe still do the blessing, but the blessing might be a little different this time, is that you are respecting all living beings involved with what you're eating. If it's animal, right down to the animal. Most definitely the vegetables and greens, the planet, to the earth, to the farmers who tended it, it just depends on where you get it. You get from the market, so most definitely we give this gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The food absorbs into our body better. Did you know that? Even with a glass of water, we can sit here, and there's been so many debates about what's the healthiest water. Blessed water is. Be grateful for it. Gratitude is so strong. You can just take your glass of water, lightly swirl it, like the little spiral, just slightly now. Don't do it violently where it goes everywhere. But you can do just a slow swirl, and just, you know what? I am so grateful for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm grateful that this water is going to be appreciated by my body, and my body's going to use it to its highest and greatest. And it even tastes better. Yeah, try that. Blessed water tastes better too. Let's see, Chris, I prefer wild cherry tea. Never been a coffee drinker. Yeah, because I'm not a tea drinker, because for some reason the tea bothers me. The acid in teas, but really upsets my stomach. But coffees don't. I've always been a coffee drinker. Plus two, I guess, because my European grandparents drank so much coffee, and then when I was a toddler, and they were like, "Here," and I remember my mom getting up and said, "Don't give her coffee. She doesn't need coffee." And here I am. But I tell you, it was more sugar cubes and milk than coffee. But yeah, let me tell you though, that gets you hooked. So I blame my grandparents for getting me hooked. No, it's not a blame. It's beautiful. Oh, I just like the taste of it. And I have tried tea, but I have never found any teas. I've tried floral. I've tried all different types of teas, but it's not so much for me. I think the only tea type of thing, kombucha, I know it's a mushroom tea, but I will drink kombucha every once in a while. I just don't like the sparkling water. It interferes with my biorhythm, with my bioforce. Sparkling water, the carbonation, my body doesn't like the carbonation too much. So anyway, let's see, that flavored coffee creamer is my weakness, Julia. I don't you gotta be careful with chemicals in them, but I know they have natural coffee creamers now. I have done good with I've taken myself down from so much sugar in my coffee to no sugar. I had to step down from that, and I switched over from white sugar. This was years ago now. Switched over from white sugar to coconut sugar. Yes, coconut sugar is more expensive, but it's a phase and it's a step. So I would do that and find I used less. All right. And then from coconut sugar, I started a substitute, just sprinkling a little bit of cinnamon. And I know it's a different taste, but it's all, I don't want to say it's getting your taste buds ready for, hello, this is what we're getting used to. And then finally I got to the point where I don't even put sugar in, but I do use the only creamer I use, and this goes back to my grandmother's, both sets of my grandmothers and great grandmother. They've always used EVAP milk. To this day, I still use EVAP milk as my creamer because our whole family on my dad's side of the family are a tad bit lactose intolerant. So I'm not a big milk drinker. My sons have it too. They're not big milk drinkers. But I do, it has to, there's a difference. You can put milk, but there's something about EVAP milk. And it is actually a little sweet. That's the only sweetness in there. But you can taste it. EVAP milk, you'd put water in it and it's milk. It's a substitute for milk. It's canned milk, right? It lasts longer. We don't drink milk. So why am I going to buy milk and it's going to go bad? So if I have EVAP and it's just used for the coffees, it's perfect for us. Robin, I could drink coffee all day, but I don't. But I know it is good. Pace yourself. Be very careful. Too much of one thing is not good either. And that's even water. You can drink it so fast that you bloat and so moderation is the key for eating and drinking, isn't it? So, all right. Julia, it's funny. I just put EVAP milk on my grocery list. Just try it. I'm telling you, it really is a great taste in coffee. I love it. Just try it, Julia, and let me know how you like it. But and maybe it's a part of, yes, I know, tradition, but it's a good tradition. It's a good memory of my grandmother's. And so I feel like when I'm putting EVAP milk in my coffee, I'm having coffee with my grandmother's and my great grandmother. She was on this earth plane till 3, but they come to me in spirit. They're very strong with me in spirit. And so in the morning time, that cup of coffee is with my great grandmother and grandmothers. So it's like tribute to them, and it tastes good. So now it's just totally stopped. I just want to make a little note here about coconut sugar. Somebody needs to hear this. If you have diabetes, sugar issues, coconut sugar is a healthier option. It's all right, for your glycemic levels. You can do some research on it. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to pay that much for sugar. Hello, it's your health. Switch over, to coconut sugar. And also to anyone that has any diabetic issues should be consuming cinnamon, which is a natural anti-inflammatory and helps that type of issues. And I'm not a doctor. I'm just stating that here. This is just somebody need to hear it. And so I'm just putting it out there. Somebody needs to hear it. So here it is. All right. There are natural ways to heal. And we know that. And earth, remember this, everything that we need to survive on earth is provided by earth. Can you grow it? Does Mother Earth grow it? Guess what? It might not be a weed. It's not a weed. All right. Mother Earth gave us everything to live off of, to sustain. So let's just get back to that natural type of thing, that way of living, being gratitude, living in harmony with Mother Nature, with Lady Gaia, and with each other. Yay. All right. So many blessings to each and every one of you. I just looked at the time. It didn't feel like we've only been here for 5 minutes, doesn't it? All right, I just want to let everyone know my website, of course, many of you know what that is, whitesagewoman.com. I do want to mention, I want you to check out, it's under the Seraphim Blueprint Healing. There are planetary washes that I do now. I just went through, had the last course Saturday, all 9 planets. We have planets in retrograde for June. 6 of them. 6. Mercury, actually 5. Mercury next 18th. No, 14 more days. Mercury's going retrograde in 4 more days. Venus went in May, Jupiter in May, Saturn in May, Neptune and Mercury. Okay, so Neptune's the 23rd, and Pluto went in April. So we have all of these planets. And what these planetary washes do, and you can read the description for them on my website under Seraphim Blueprint Healing. It's got the actual healing, and then also to all the planetary washes. You can look those over, see if something attracts, if you're attracted to it, but it helps during the retrograde time, most definitely. And they're powerful. The washes take about 10 minutes, but I give you a 15-minute session so that you can get an angel message too. So just look that over. Just wanted to mention it. Be sure to check out my website. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for sitting in Sacred Circle. And yes, it's coming Saturday. Oh, is the solstice and the eclipse? Absolutely. Let me see. The 20th? Yeah. Well, what we've got, summer solstice. We've got the new moon in Cancer, the solar eclipse, and yep, the summer. Father's Day on Sunday. Now, next Sunday, I will not be here. We will not no show because it is level 4 of my Seraphim Blueprint Healing. So another class. I'll be in class next weekend. Is just Saturday and Sunday. I'm in different classes. So this is the time that it's been in, hey, go here, do this. So next weekend is going to be a busy weekend of more learning for me. But I share with you guys. I come back and share with you. All right. I love you all. Have a blessed week. And we'll get through. We'll get through all this together. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Many blessings to each of you. Good night, everyone.
Become a Goldylocks Productions VIP patron. Receive exclusive access to live stream special and other epic perks. Join the Goldylocks Productions VIP community today.